So in the post-insertion complaints has been classified as, so according to Sherry, it has been classified as common complaints and uncommon complaints. What are the common complaints uh, post denture insertion are excessive bulk of the denture, speech difficulties, masticatory shortcomings, insufficient retention, mucosal irritation, and unattractive appearance. These are the common complaints. Then what are the uncommon complaints? Are like difficulty in swallowing, food under dentures, excessive saliva accumulating under the denture, teeth are dull, loss of taste sensation. There is a peculiar taste, especially when metallic denture base is being given, dislodgement of denture on sneezing, whistling, earache, and so on. So we are going to see each of the complaints. So what are the symptoms for a particular complaint? What is the cause behind it and what are the treatment? So first category of problems is related to the impression surface. Okay, we have already given denture to the patient, and what are the problems that may arise because any issues on the impression surface of the denture, like the intaglio surface of the denture. So discrete painful areas, there can be a sporadic painful areas once the patient start using denture. There are patient may complain of irritation in a or pain in a particular area. So what can be the cause behind it? The cause behind it can be a sharp ridge or pearls of acrylic on the impression surface of the denture. Okay, why it can be there? Because of the improper lab finish. That means the denture has not been uh, checked after the finishing and polishing using a cotton test. Now, what is this cotton test is? Now, once the denture is absolutely ready to be inserted into the patient's mouth, take a dry cotton and just place it over the intaglio surface of the denture. Move it around the intaglio surface of the denture. The idea behind this test is that wherever there is a sharp ridge or pearls are there of the acrylic, there the threads of the cotton will get engaged. So those are the areas which needs to be trimmed or which needs to be removed. So what is the treatment for this problem is we have to locate using our fingers, snagging dry cotton wool fibers, disclosing materials. Okay, these are the ways by which we can find that which are the particular areas which is having the sharp ridges or acrylic pearls, and once we figure out the area, we have to relieve that area. So this is the treatment for the discrete painful areas. Another one is pain on insertion and removal, possibly inflamed mucosa and the sides of the ridges. Now, now patient may come and he complains that while inserting and removing the denture from the mouth, the patient feels the pain, or in those areas while there can be an inflamed mucosa on the sides of the ridges. This is very peculiar of it. Now why this happens is, what is the cause behind this is that the denture is not relieved in the regions of the undercut. Now as you can appreciate in this diagram, that there is an undercut. This is a rich area and this is a denture flange. So once the denture, if this area is not relieved, the shaded area is not relieved, so denture while removing it will create friction against the mucosa of the ridge and will ulcerate it. So it's very important that it has to be relieved. So undercut has to be relieved. How it will be relieved? Using a disclosing material, insert and remove. Do not ask the patient to occlude. You have to apply a disclosing medium on the flanges of the denture and insert and remove. Wherever it exposes the denture, that is disclosing material gets displaced, it has to be, that area needs to be trimmed off, or that area needs to be relieved. Another problem that is related to the impression surface of the denture are the areas painful to pressure. Okay, there are certain areas which will be painful when the pressure is being applied. What can be the cause for this problem? It can be a faulty impression. The impression has not been recorded properly. There can be a damage to the working cast. Somehow, while working cast has been deteriorated, there is a warpage of denture base and active freni or tori. If these areas are there, like active freni, frenum or tori are there, it may lead to pain on pressure. So again, the treatment for it is that using a disclosing material. Now this disclosing material, either it comes in itself, is marketed in itself as a disclosing material, or we can use the base of the zinc oxide eugenol impression paste, or we can use a toothpaste. So using disclosing material for accurate location, we are going to paint the disclosing material on the denture or spray the disclosing material on the denture so that we can locate that particular area which is causing pain on pressure, and then that area has to be relieved or the pathology has to be removed. Okay. Another issue that is related to the impression surface is denture. Patient complains that denture lifts up on protrusion of the tongue. Whenever the patient protrudes the tongue, the lower denture lifts up. On, on protrusion of the tongue or wide opening of the mouth or painful mylohyoid region, that is the middle lingual fossa. Or also patient complains of pain in swallowing or drinking of water. So what can be the cause is that the tongue position is very low. That is one of the cause. The another cause, which is a very common cause for all these problems of lifting of the denture, is overextension of the lingual flange, or there can be a laboratory errors like sharp ridges or pearls of the acrylic on the flanges. So if at all it is there, we have to check with asking the patient to do the movements and figure out the exact area and the extent of the overextension of the denture and relieve it accordingly. Okay, this is very crucial, like protrusion of the tongue and touching the tongue to the upper part, to the front part of the hard palate, it leads to the protrusion of the tongue. So if that area, that is the anterior lingual sulcus, is overextended, so it will, on protrusion of the tongue, it will cause the lower denture to lift up. Similarly, on side to side movement, if the denture is getting lifted up, which area needs to be relieved, which area needs to be corrected, that is the middle lingual sulcus. And if at all patient is complaining on pain on swallowing or difficulty in swallowing, or there is a painful mylohyoid ridge, then the distolingual sulcus or distolingual flange needs to be corrected. Another problem related to the impression surface of the denture is generalized pain over denture supporting area. Now, so far we have seen that there must be a certain areas, particular area where patient will complain, either there is a localized irritation or because of the localized irritation or overextension or sharp ridges or pearls. But then here there is a generalized pain is there on the denture supporting areas. What can be the cause is the underextended denture base. okay, over adjusted periphery and impression surface, and inadequate freeway space. So these are all the causes which we have to eliminate one by one. If the denture is underextended, we have to take care of that. If denture is extension of the denture is fine, but still the patient complains of pain in a in the supporting areas of denture, then we have to check for the freeway space. If freeway space is not right, then we have to remake the denture all over again. Okay, so the treatment for this is that extend denture to optimal available denture supporting areas wherever. That's why it's important to understand the reflection. We have to reflect the lips and cheeks of the patient, and exactly see where the denture supporting areas extend, where is the periphery of the denture supporting areas. Insufficient freeway spaces, if it is there, then we have to go for the refabrication of the denture.
Yes, ma'am.
Another problem that is associated with the impression surface of the denture is difficulty in swallowing or sore throat. Many a times patients do come back with these problems after denture insertion. It is usually because the peripheral extension at the distolingual uh, part of the denture, of the lower denture, is overextended, or the posterior palatal seal area is overextended. So if that is the case, we need to see the distal extension of both the maxillary and the mandibular denture. Now, how to actually see this is adjustment of post dam, that is removal of existing seal and its replacement with low fusing compound prior to permanent addition. So we have to check before adding any permanent material to the denture to rectify the posterior palatal seal area. We have to use a low fusing impression compound to check for any for the correct extension of the denture before we can add any permanent material to the denture. So these were all the problems that were related to the impression surface of the denture. Now, second category of post-insertion problems are discomfort related to the occlusal and polished surfaces of the denture. That there are certain problems that are related to the occlusal and polished surfaces of the dentures. Now, related to the occlusal surfaces. Related to the occlusal surfaces, what are the symptoms and findings we can have? Patient may complain of pain on eating in presence of occlusal imbalance. If there is an occlusal imbalance exists, then on mastication of the food, patient will feel pain. So why is that? Because of the prematurities that may exist on the occlusal surfaces of the denture, either anteriorly or posteriorly. So for this, we have to locate and identify the prematurity and do selective grinding. And if this error is severe, which cannot be rectified by selective grinding, then we have to remount the denture using the phase bow, and a new interocclusal records, that is the new jaw relation, has to be recorded. Secondly, the patient may complain of pain on the lingual to the lower anterior ridge, that is the lower anterior region. Patient may complain. Why is that so? If no overextension is present, look for protrusive slide from RCP to ICP. Okay, so we have to check for the cuspal position. How? Many a times it happens that the patient complains that in the lower anterior region, patient has complained. Firstly, we have to check for overextension. If overextension has been rectified or is not present, then we have to check for the protrusive slide, that is the slide of the lower anteriors against the maxillary anteriors. Mark deflecting inclines of posterior teeth with thin articulating paper. If slide exceeds half a cusp width, then re-register and reset. That is, we have to re-register and we have to reset our own teeth arrangement. Okay. Another problem that patient complains of pain or inflammation on the labial aspect of the lower ridge is that if no impression surface defect has been found, that is no pearl, acrylic pearl, no sharp ridges, no overextensions, maybe lack of incisal overjet causing incisal locking, that there is no overjet is present and because of which there is an incisal locking is taking place. What is incisal overjet? It is the overlapping of the maxillary anterior teeth over the mandibular anterior teeth in a horizontal direction. That is what is overjet. If overjet has not been given while doing teeth arrangement between the maxillary and the mandibular anteriors, but many a times it happens, it leads to incisal locking, and that incisal locking leads to the pain or inflammation on the labial aspect of the lower ridge. What is the treatment for this? Reduce incisal vertical overlap. If appearance is compromised, then resetting the incisors may be required. Another problem that is related with the symptoms occlusal surface is that the pain about the periphery of dentures, possibly accompanied by pain in masseter and temporalis muscle. Okay, this is important to understand that the patient complains that along the borders of the denture, patient is having complaint. At the same time, patient also complains of having a pain at the masseter and temporalis muscle region. What can be the cause for this? The vertical dimension of occlusion is more than the patient can tolerate. That is, the vertical dimension, vertical jaw relation has been recorded at a more higher level. Okay. So the treatment is if axis less than 1.5 millimeter, अगर vertical dimension जो है that is 1.5 millimeter is excess, okay, then it can be rectified with the help of selective grinding. But if that excess of the vertical dimension exceeds 1.5 millimeter, then we have to re-register the vertical jaw relation and reset the denture at the rectified vertical dimension of occlusion. Then many a times patients do complain of cheek and lip biting post denture insertion. The cause for the cheek biting is functional width of the sulcus was not restored. Okay, that is why it has always been told to arrange the teeth in a neutral zone. When it has been when the teeth are being arranged in a neutral zone, that means enough space is given for the cheeks and the tongue. And when the lips do come in between the teeth, maxillary and mandibular denture teeth, it is because of the poor support or inadequate anterior horizontal overlap, that is the inadequate overjet. So in case of cheek biting, restore functional width of the sulcus. Okay, either by trimming, and if it is excess, then we have to rearrange our teeth. In case of lip biting, grind the lower incisors to provide a more appropriate incisal guidance angle. And if that is not, if in grinding of the lower incisors, in grinding of the anterior incisors, if the aesthetic is compromised, then we have to rearrange and reset the maxillary mandibular anterior tip. Tongue biting. Okay, this is a very common post-insertion problem that patient complains of. What is the cause for it? Is that the teeth are generally placed lingual to the lower ridge. Instead of placing them at the center, they have been placed on the lingual ridge, and henceforth the lingual space where the tongue resides has been encroached upon. For that, we have to change the occlusal level. So remove the lower lingual cusp or reset the tip. If the tongue biting is not severe, try to do it by removing the lower lingual cusp or grinding the as much as it is feasible without altering the occlusal scheme that has been provided. Remove trim the lower lingual cusp, and if at all it is required more, then reset the tip. So these were the problems that were related to the occlusal surface of the denture. Now we are going to see the problems that are related to the polished surface of the denture. So patient may complain of pain at the posterior aspect of upper denture on opening of the mouth. Your lecture is being recorded. I request everyone to please mute themselves because your lecture is being recorded. Mute yourself, everybody. Shrishti Priya, please mute yourself. So problems related to the polished surface is that symptoms or clinical findings, pain at the posterior aspect of upper denture on opening. Okay, what can be the cause? Then when the patient opens the mouth, patient feels the pain at the posterior aspect of the maxillary arch. Because of the flange of the buccal aspect of tuberosity may be too thick and constraining the coronoid process. So what do we have to do is paint the posterior aspect of the maxillary dentures on the buccal aspect using a disclosing material to accurately define the area that is causing the problem, and we can relieve that particular area and later on polish it. So these were the problems related to the occlusal and polished surfaces of the denture. Now coming to the discomfort related to the possible systemic associations. That is, many a times it happens that when the patient, we insert or deliver a denture to a patient is already having a systemic issues, and that may exaggerate after the denture insertion. So what can be the issues? There can be a beefy red tongue or possibly glossodynia. it is because of the vitamin B12 or folate deficiencies. If at all this beefy red tongue has been found in a denture patient, a medical treatment and a referral of the patient to the patient's concerned physician should be done, and patient should be put on a multivitamin therapy, as well as patient should be put on a regular follow-up checkups. Another issue that the patient complains of is burning sensation over upper denture supporting tissues, may involve other intraoral tissues as well. So that patient may complain of burning sensation underneath the maxillary denture. So that is the burning mouth syndrome. And these, what can be the treatment for this problem? Either correction of denture faults, we have to check if there is any denture faults that exist, multivitamin therapy, nutrition therapy, antidepressant therapy, and oral medicine consultation. So it is a interdepartmental consultation has to be taken, and referral of the patient to the patient's concerned physician should be done. These antidepressant therapies, if at all we are prescribing, we should first consult the patient's physician, and then only any medication should be prescribed to the patient. Then frictional lesions related to the denture complain of dry mouth, mucosa adhere to the probing finger. That the mucosa gets adhered to the denture, or when the patient comes with this complaint, when we inspect the oral cavity, we'll feel that the finger is getting adhered to the mucosa. So the cause is xerostomia, and as you know that xerostomia is a common side effects to many of the drugs. So we have to take the patient's history about the patient's thorough drug history, and if some saliva flow is present, sugar-free citrus lozenges may help. Okay, and obvious paucity of saliva So frictional lesions related to the denture complain of dry mouth. It is mostly because of the xerostomia, and the common, we have to take the thorough drug history of the patient. And if some salivary flow is present, then sugar-free citrus lozenges may be given to the patient. Obvious paucity of saliva, in that case, artificial saliva substitutes should be administered. That is sodium carboxymethyl cellulose or polyethylene oxide or hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose should be prescribed to the patient. Now, another complaint that the patient may come after the post denture insertion is tongue thrusting and empty mouth chewing, often seen in elderly patients. Okay, many a times that patient doesn't, when the patient is a long-standing edentulous case, in that case, patient has this empty mouth chewing habit, and that leads to tongue thrusting. The reason behind can be neurological, psychological aspects, or drug related. And this particular problem is difficult to manage and may need occlusal adjustments, occlusal pivots, and regular follow-up appointments. Another problem that is related to the systemic condition is presence of herpetiform ulcers in mouth. Herpes simplex or herpes zoster virus lesions to be confirmed by detailed history and distribution. Patient will come with the complaint of ulceration or irritation because of the denture. So denture is merely coincidental to the condition, and its a preventive remedy is antiviral drugs or acyclovir for some. Less than a minute is left. You all join back using the same credentials once this meeting ends. I'll continue from this slide in our next meeting.